Alright, budget magic time. Playing some Post-Rotation Mono-Blue Eldrazi. And we gotta ship that. One lander. Ooh. Alright, we can try this. If we scry to a land, this isn't the absolute worst. Because we can Hedron Crawler, maybe into Thought Knot if we draw a third land. Otherwise, start playing Mimics and such. Valving Wilds makes me think Rally, but you never know. Yeah, let's just lead on Hedron Crawler. Eldrazi Mimic gets in more damage, but I don't think it's necessarily worth it. There's a Jace. Not a land. Well, let's just use our mana and Ruination Guide. This definitely looks like Rally. Hopefully our negates can stop the rallies. We'll see. There's the Husk. Would be nice to get this Thought Knot down to take something as well. That would be helpful. Land? Whirler Rogue that we can't cast. Which pretty much means we just gotta pass the turn, unfortunately. Leave up Dimensional Infiltrator. Not good though, this is not at all where we want to be. If we had been able to resolve a Thought Knot while they were tapped out there, we would be in a much better position. Visionary. And Cutthroat. Jeez. They have a lot of damage just on board. Well, run out our Dimensional Infiltrator. Land? Sky Spawner. Well, let's get in with Dimensional Infiltrator. How worried are we about a rally here? Loots with Jace, sacks aboard, rallies. I think we gotta keep playing things. Let's play Sky Spawner. Going shields down with the negate, but we can't just not do anything repeatedly. We're not gonna win the game that way. But we are leaving ourselves open just to get blown out by a rally. Oh, they're discarding rallies? So that probably means our opponent's rally flooded, which is pretty scary. They can also flip the Jace and use it to flash back the rally. Well, they can rally if they want to. They might not want to yet. It doesn't do that much right now. Pumps up the Jace. Flooded Strand. Cracks it. Reflector Mage. What are they bouncing? Dimensional Infiltrator. Alright. Gonna attack with the Husk. We'll take it. Well, there's a land. That's good. So let's just attack Jace for one. And just pass the turn for now. Leave up Dimensional Infiltrator and negate. Grimhar's Bucks specs makes things worse, because that's going to let our opponents draw a bunch of cards when they sack their board. The only good news is we do have a negate for the rally, and we're going to be pressuring this Jace almost to the point where they won't be able to use it. Alright, they pump up Jace. I think we want to block with our Scion on this Husk. Make our opponent sack something. They sack the Visionary, so they draw a card. Get a Cutthroat trigger. And then we'll just sack our Scion, play our Dimensional Infiltrator. Oh, Wizards. They really should have put some graveyard hate in this format. Another land. Alright, so now we get to attack Jace, attack Jace, attack Jace. If they want to trade with their Haruspecs, that's fine. We don't mind getting the Haruspecs off the battlefield. We just can't have them continually drawing cards. So Jace goes to 2. They get a Cutthroat trigger. They lose the Haruspecs. We get to play Eldrazi Mimic. Pass the turn. We're not in horrible shape. They can't flashback the rally now. We have a negate, but if they have a counter backup for a rally, we're really in trouble. Another Husk. Another Husk. So many Husks. Pumps up the Jace. You can attack with both. Well, we are definitely blocking with Eldrazi Mimic. Make our opponent sack something. Or just trade. Yep. Alright. Sacks one of the extra Husks. One more land would be nice, because then we can Thought Knot and still leave up. Ah, there we... Oh, it's a tap land. This is interesting. Problem is, if we Thought Knot, we're shields down to a rally, and they could have Murderous Cut. Well, let's attack Jace. Put it down to 1. Can we afford to pass? Is the question. We're going to take a ton of damage if we pass. We'll take 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think we can. So I guess we need to Thought Knot and hope for the best. Yeah, let's Thought Knot. Take the last card from our opponent's hand. It is a rally. They can't flashback rally with Jace, so they're down 2 rallies. We might be surviving. They could always just draw another rally. Attacks with both Husks. Does this mean they drew a rally? We're going to block and block. The downside is they can sack to draw cards. I think we have to, though. Block and block. If they just ripped a rally, then that's unfortunate. Pump up the Husk to trade with Thought Knot. Oh, they sacked the Cutthroat, too? Did they really just peel a rally off the top? Oh, that would be a depressing loss. They get a draw off Thought Knot. Pumps up Jace. Blinding Drone. Well, we need to make sure Jace doesn't... Gotta make sure Jace doesn't get to the point of flashing back a rally, or we lose. So, let's just, Yeah, let's just play Whirler Rogue. Make a bunch of tokens, pass the turn so we can pressure Jace next turn. Leave up our negate in case they draw into a rally. Another Husk, sure. We might be getting there very slowly. Pumps it up. And a land, sweet. Opponent cracks the land. This was a mulligan too. This deck is solid. Let's just take the hit this turn. Go down to 7, then we get to kill Jace. And we draw another Whirler Rogue. That's excellent. So Jace, Jace, opponent. Worked our way through the Jace before they got a chance to flashback their rally. Whirler Rogue. Make some more blockers for those Husks. And I think we're in a pretty good spot now. Another Jace is bad. Reflector Mage isn't the end of the world. Just bounces a token. Sure. We will definitely snap off these blocks if they attack. Block with both Whirler Rogues. They can sack the Reflector Mage to kill one of them, then keep a Husk alive. Yep. So they're going to be down to 1 Husk. We got to leave up our negate. We don't have an option. So we're just going to attack with one Thopter. Leave everything back so we can make sure to get rid of this husk. Play our Blinding Drone. Put a counter on it. I guess I probably could have attacked more aggressively, since we have the Blinding Drone. But pass the turn. Collected Company. Not bad. We could have negated that, but I don't think it's worth it. Jace and Catacomb Sifter. So they are going to be able to flip the Jace, flashback the rally. Goes to attacks. We're going to block with everything here. Make it so they would have to literally sack their entire board to keep the husk alive. Alright, there's one sack. They can't sack the Jace. That's their only way of winning. Sack, sack. Alright, that's where we're at. A land would be nice for this Reality Smasher, while still leaving up negate. There we go. That helps. Actually, let's leave up an island. So, Reality Smasher. Swing with the team. So our opponent's going to flip Jace. The way we lose is if they find a second rally or a counter spell. Sidisi's Faithful doesn't really do it. That's actually fine. Oh, our opponent's going to lose because of that. So now they flip Jace, go to flashback the rally, we just negate it, cast our Reality Smasher and win. Yep, they try to flashback rally, we have this negate that we've left up the entire game. And that should do it. They probably should have left the Sidisi's Faithful looted to find a counter spell, or maybe even a second rally. Second rally wouldn't win this turn though. So, all right, well we beat rally somehow. Sweet, with Post-Rotation Mono-Blue Eldrazi. Dispel coming in, negates, more negates coming in, going out. What's bad here? Blinding Drone is only okay. It does stop a husk. That's the main thing that it's good against. But I don't think it's that good. We'll go down to a single Blinding Drone and go down a... Warping Whale also seems really good. We probably should bring those in. Let's go down all the Blinding Drones. And then go down a Hedron Crawler, the Endbringer, and a Ruination Guide. Because Warping Whale doesn't counter anything, but it gets rid of Jaces, also Zulaport Cutthroats, other random creatures our opponent has. So far so good with Post-Rotation Mono-Blue Eldrazi. Zero Lander, man, we are doing a lot of mulliganing. Ugh. Alright, we need blue mana. Negate is good, but not right now. Well, this hand isn't looking great. Maybe we should have went to 5. Having to scry the negate to the bottom feels really bad. Another Thought Knot, which we may or may not ever be able to cast. Expecting a Jace here. Yep. Well, Warping Whale would be sweet. Or lands. Blue lands? Ugh. Well, we were drawing all stuff that we can't cast. Not expecting this to end well for us. Have we mulliganed every single game so far? I think we have. Catacomb Sifter. Land? More colorless lands. So we still can't really cast anything. Our opponent's going to be able to flip that Jace maybe this turn, definitely the next turn. Collected Company, why we don't have blue mana. Whiff? Whew. Well, they get to flash Jace, so they're going to be able to do it again, but still, whiffing on Collected Company is insanely good for us. Kind of keeps us alive. Blue, or island, please? Any untapped land is good, but island in specific. Warping Whale. Alright. Need to flashback Collected Company. Oh, they choose not to. Well, they just have another Collected Company? Well, there's no way they whiff a second time. An Offenza and a Jace. Well, let's Warping Whale to make a Scion. No land. Ugh. This draw is so bad. Thought Knot. Get rid of a Husk. But we're dead. I mean, they can flashback Collected Companies the next 2 turns. Well, that's what happens when you mulligan and don't have lands. We had a lot of powerful cards, just never got to play them. Yeah. It's over. There's not really any sense in continuing to play it out. Run it back. Alright, game 3 against Rally. Again? Every time, I swear to God. This is getting absurd. You'd think we were playing 8 lands in our deck or something. But actually we're playing 23. Keep, scry to the bottom. Oh my goodness! Magic gods are frowning upon us. I mean, if we draw lands, this hand isn't the worst. Land? Alright, that helps a ton. Now, actually, we are 1 land away from Thought Knot and Whirler Rogue. Whew! The good news is, so far we've been able to win, even with our really bad draws. And our opponent does not have Jace mana. They just have Elvish Visionary. Land? One more? Alright, Dimensional Infiltrator, pass the turn. There's the blue mana, which likely means Jace. Oh, they didn't even get blue mana, they got black mana. Husk? And Offenza. Well, we don't have an answer for an Offenza right now. Alright, we take 1. Play Dimensional Infiltrator. Land? Eldrazi Mimic. No, we get in for 2. Play Mimic. Pass the turn. Now we're just going to get beat down by Anafenza. Reflector Mage. Bounces. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, that... Man. So much mana screw with this deck for no real reason. And there's our land. A turn too late. Alright, let's pass. Husk. Well, you definitely need to double block Anafenza. So Anafenza down, but we're to 8. Play Dimensional Infiltrator. And it's a tap land. Hedron Crawler. Ruins of Oran Reef. Pass the turn. Ugh. Well, maybe this was just an unlucky deck. The good news is we've managed to be very competitive, even with some amazingly bad draws. Like, we weren't that far away from just winning this game. It might look like it, but we really weren't. Well, now we're getting lands. The problem is, now we can't afford to leave up mana for anything. Yeah, Whirler Rogue, go to 2. Put a counter on Orthopter. Pass the turn. And die to Collected Company? Not yet. Die to Rally. Die to something. Gotta die to something. Alright. Trade. Chump. Opponent passes. Well, land. Thought Not Seer. Take a peek at our opponent's hand. Murderous Cut. Well, let's negate it. Go to 1. See what's in our opponent's hand. 3 rallies. Well, we take a rally. Put a counter on our Thought Knot. With 3 rallies, we're pretty dead. They can just start value rallying. Like draw a card, sack everything out. Catacomb Sifter. Well, it looks like they're not planning on rallying this turn. No attacks. Well, attack with our Thopter. Put our opponent to 14. Play a Thought Knot. Take another rally. Put a counter on Thought Knot. We are staying alive just barely. They're trying to think if they should rally here. They have Ali Eternal Pilgrim. That's a sack outlet that makes their rallies better. We need a negate. An island. Well, get in with our Thopter. Pass the turn. So now they can sack everything out and then rally. Attack with the Aili. Alright. We'll just block with our Hedron Crawler that isn't doing anything. Sack our Spawning Bed. Oh, crap. That's the other one. That's the one that costs 6. Oh, we could have done it too. That was a big mistake. I thought that was the one that made the 2 flyers. Negate. Opponent's going to upkeep rally. I don't think this just kills us though. It draws them a card, makes a ton of creatures. We get a Seagate Wreckage. Play Seagate Wreckage. Attack with Thopter. I guess it means our opponent can try to scry into another rally is the plan. Bottom. They could whiff. Bottom. Oh, they left something on top. Does this mean we're dead? All I need is a Cutthroat. Husk. Husk and Jace? So technically we're not dead yet, somehow. Alright, let's sack this. Make 3 Scions. Block. Sack it so you don't gain the life. That does have lifelink, right? Oh, it doesn't have lifelink. Oh well, that's fine. Foundry. Alright, play Foundry. Pass the turn. I don't know how we've stayed alive this long with such a horrible draw. They only have one rally left. They can flip Jace, flashback Murderous Cut, kill Thought Knot, which is pretty bad. Goes to attacks. I think we gotta kill this thing. So, sack Foundry. Ooh, they drew Collected Company. Reflector Mage. And that's it. We're still running out of time. They're gonna bounce a Thought Knot, so they get to draw a card. We get to put a counter on one of our Thopters. Block and block to kill the Aili. They get to scry. Gonna flip the Jace. Discards a Catacomb Sifter. Plays a Husk. Pumps up Jace. Well, Eldrazi Sky Spawner. Oh my goodness. Well, we're technically not dead, but we're essentially dead. Actually, we're dead if they flashback Murderous Cut. See if they see that line. Sacks Evolving Wilds. Flashes back Collected Company. I don't know why they wouldn't just win the game. They know we have a Thought Knot in our hand. Kill a creature, they get in for 1 damage. I mean, this will probably work as well, yeah. They hit a Reflector Mage, Catacomb Sifter, that does it. Well, for mulliganing into Oblivion every game, we put up a pretty good fight. That actually ended up being really close. Against the best deck in Standard, and we're playing a post-rotation deck, so yeah.